So this video will be about selection structures, which is or decision structures. So that's the if statement. Basically, that's the diamond you see here in Flowgorithm. So diamond right here is the if. What the diamond does is get here to this diamond, and then in the decision here, it makes a decision. And this is typically a decision that is either true or false. It's called a conditional. So this is just like in math when you have a less than, a greater than, equal to, not equal to, those kind of symbols. It's the same thing. So in here you do one of those and you check to see if something is true. If it's true, then you go down this path here on the true path, and then you're done. If this is false, then you go down this false path over here, then you're done. So depending on what happens in here, if this is true or false, then you pick one of these paths. So as an example, if we go in here and we said here 5 is less than 6, we're checking to see if 5 is less than 6. That is always going to be true, so it's always going to go the true path. But this is an example of a conditional for true or false. So what we'll do is we'll do a choice that the user will pick either a F or C to choose a conversion of Fahrenheit or Celsius. So what we'll do is we'll have first a declaration that will declare the choice variable in. So we have our choice variable, and this will be a string. So we're going to do the drop down, pick a string, and the choice is where we're going to store what the user picks, F or C. So we'll need an output to ask the user to enter the choice that they want, F or C. So we're going to say enter a F for Fahrenheit to Celsius. Or enter a C for Celsius to Fahrenheit. So what will happen is the user will enter an F, and if they enter F, then we'll go one path and do Fahrenheit. If they enter C, then we'll go another path and enter and convert Celsius to Fahrenheit. Okay, so that's our output for the screen for the user to see, and then we'll do an input into choice. And so whatever they choose, if they type F, we'll have F in the choice. If they type C, we'll have C in the choice. So then down here, what we're going to do is we're going to check to see what they put into choice, because we don't know for sure what they put in the choice every time they run this. They might do a different one each time they run it. So we need to check what's in the variable choice. So in this case, we're going to do the choice, and we're going to do equality, which is to check to see if it's equal to something. So in programming, equal or equality is two equal signs. So you're checking to see if the thing on the left is equal to the thing on the right. So we're checking to see if choice is holding the F. So we'll do, first we'll do uppercase F. And so we'll need to make sure this is a string. So we'll need to do double quotes around the F. So we're going to see if the choice is holding the capital F letter. That's the first one we'll do. If it is holding the capital F, then they're going to be picking Fahrenheit to Celsius. So on the true path over here, I'm just going to do an output for now and say that in the output that we are converting Fahrenheit to Celsius. Okay. All right. So if they choose F, then if they type F on the keyboard, then we'll go over here and say, I'm going to output this, converting Fahrenheit to Celsius. If they choose something other than F, I'm going to go over here to the false path. So if we leave this like this right now, this is what's called a single alternative if statement, meaning that we have one alternative where we actually do something. The other alternative, we don't do anything. So this is called a single alternative. We're going to do what's called a dual alternative, meaning that both the false and the true path do something. So over here on the false path, we're going to do another if statement. And so you can nest or put within these if statements, you can stack them together. So if this choice F is false, then we're going to go over here and do this if. Now this if, we're going to check to see if they didn't choose F, we're going to check to see if they chose C. So we're going to see if choice is equal to the letter capital C. And so what will happen is if they didn't type F, they typed something other than F, we're going to go to the false path. Then we're going to see, did they type C? If they did type C, then I'm going to output that they're converting Celsius to Fahrenheit. And so we'll say here, converting Celsius to Fahrenheit. Okay? So if they did not choose an F or a C, that's a bad choice, right? So we're going to do an output here saying uh, they chose the wrong type of value. So I'm going to say here, entered a bad value. We'll leave it like that. Just entered a bad value. Okay. So now what will happen is if we run this here, we'll see if we do a capital F, we get out of there converting Fahrenheit to Celsius. If we run this again and do a capital C, we get converting Celsius to Fahrenheit flipped around. If we run this again and do, say, a G, we get entered a bad value. Okay, so that's decisions. We'll pick one of these paths depending on what these interior conditionals here equal. So now this only checks to see if they put in a capital letter. So if they put in a lowercase c, we're still going to get an entered bad value. So if we want to check that, what we can do is we can use what's called an OR. And an OR will take two conditionals, two true or false expressions, and put them together to make them either true or false. So in here, we can do this F here. There's one that's called an OR. And the OR is either capital OR or two pipes. Now the pipe is the key right above the enter key. So hold shift and do that key right above the enter key, and that'll give you two pipes. You can check to see here if the choice is equal to the lowercase f. Now, when you do this, you have to have on both sides of the OR an actual conditional. So it has to be choice equals this or choice equals that. I cannot just put in here like this and drop the choice. That'll be illegal syntax. It won't like that. So you have to have full conditional on both sides of the OR. Okay. So now if we do this, we'll be able to do both capital and lowercase f. So we'll do the same thing in this one, and we'll put in here the OR symbol as well. And then we'll do the choice is equal to a lowercase f. So now if we put in either uppercase, oops, sorry, not lowercase f, this should be a lowercase c. Sorry about that, lowercase c. So now if we put in either uppercase or lowercase, it will work for both. So now if we run this, and we put in here a lowercase c, it still works, converting Celsius to Fahrenheit. Okay, so that's kind of the basics of decisions. Now this program here, this Flowgorithm, this is on Blackboard. This is actually a start for your homework. You can use this to start on your homework. Okay, so look in Blackboard for decision structures in class, and that'll be a spot for you to start working with your homework assignment.